GOP presidential hopeful Nikki Haley and former President Donald Trump are both moving on from South Carolina this morning.
Now, this after Trump won big in the Palmetto State over the weekend. Both candidates will be in North Carolina as that primary lands on Super Tuesday. Trump has just announced he'll be in the Piedmont Triad to rally supporters in the days leading up to the contest. He'll be speaking at a rally in Greensboro Saturday afternoon. Tickets for that are available online. Last time he was in Greensboro was for last year's North Carolina GOP convention.
And Nikki Haley will actually be coming here to the Queen City sooner than that. A listing from Eventbrite shows the Haley campaign will be holding a rally March the 1st at Suffolk Punch. That location's on Griffith Street in South End. The rally starts at 7:30. Tickets for that event are also available online. We are just a week and a day from the North Carolina primary.
Queen City News reporter Sydney Heiberger is live outside Mecklenburg County Board of Election office. In Sydney, early voting is still ongoing. How's turnout been so far?
And why Mecklenburg County's their early voting totals show more than 23,000 voters have already cast their ballots in the early voting period so far, with still 6 days left to cast your vote before Election Day. That's about on par, those numbers, with the 2020 primary when you compare the same time period then versus now. But there are changes now if you do want to cast your vote early. The first has to do with voter ID. You will be required to show that ID if you want to cast your ballot. And if you don't have one, you'll be asked to fill out a provisional ballot and an exception form explaining why you don't have an ID. Then the Board of Elections will decide whether that reasoning is valid. Now, if you are filling out a mail-in ballot, those will only be accepted if they're at the elections office by 7:30 p.m. on election night. Ballots postmarked by election night but received afterwards will no longer be counted. And actually, the last day to request those absentee ballots is tomorrow. Finally, you can still do same-day registration leading up to the primary election, but you might be asked to provide additional contact information or proof of residence so that election officials can contact you if your voter cards get sent back to them. Meanwhile, Republican candidates Donald Trump and Nikki Haley announced that they do have rallies in North Carolina coming up later this week. The details on that and their campaigns coming up in our next hour. Guys.